Oh, good morning. I've got to film this way around because it's absolutely boiling. It's got to you, which is nice, but when you're having to work in it on the outside of the property, it's not too good. So anyway, what we're doing today, or this week, is breaking off this render. Now this is just like a shitty little poly ripple stuff. But what we've noticed is, when it rained the other week, water was getting in and we was getting all these bubbles popping up everywhere. And you can see here where they've actually broken off. Look, I mean, this is just like a latex type of texture. I don't know what it is, it's peeling off. So anyway, what we're going to do is get this off and get it re-rendered. Yeah, I'm going to get this off because the idea was I was going to break all the render off and see how it went. But it's just peeling off. Let's have a look. Right, as you can see, this stuff here. Look at it, it's like a, I don't know, feels quite rubbery, but I think the main reason why this isn't stuck to the wall is because this render coat hasn't been primed in any way. So I mean, it shouldn't just separate like that, should it? So I think we're going to see if we could just scrape it off and then look at giving it a proper finish. You see how this just peels off? I mean, what do you think? What do you think this is? Surely it should have been primed first. I don't know. Tried getting a scraper behind it, but I just broke the bloody scraper. You can only do so much scraping before you get fed up. So I'm just leaving that for now. And what I'm going to do is, the client wants this brick replacing, so it's nice and square. So yeah, so, you know, like all the others there. So I'm just going to break that bit of render out, and then I've got me reciprocating sword with a carbide blade, which I'll just run across, and that should just pop out, and then I'll replace it with an older brick, a full brick even. The other one's not in there. I don't think I get the blade in there just yet, so I'll just take a bit more off. There we are. Let's see how we can go with that. Look, this recip saw I've got here, it's only an Aldi special. But, got like a rotating handle so you can turn it whichever direction you want. The blade costs more relatively than the actual device. Right, don't want that left in. Well, let's have a go. Thing about this as well, just let it do its thing. Don't bother pushing it, it'll just work its way through. That's actually just dropped, which is look at that. I wonder what the backside's like. Give it a bit of a clean. Yeah, might just give that a wash. It looks a lot better than. Yeah, quite like that. Ah, not bad there, is it? Give it a clean up. I'll get that bedded back in there. I'm just going to try and get some more of this wrap off. It's tedious and laborious. Oh, yeah. Right, we've got some lime mortar mixed up. I brought my squirt gun with me. Because we need to wet inside there because it's just going to dry up so quickly. I've got my tuck pointer. Get all that out there. Like that. I'm a man. Right, let's get a bit on there. Just wet the brick. I'm only going to use my pointed trowel because there's no point in trying to get right in there. Right, I'll put this on towards the back of the brick. And when you push it in, it'll come forward. Try and line it up best we can. Smudge there, that'll wash off. Right, get it off before it gets a chance to dry. Just tuck that in. Get a bit on our trowel.
Carry that electrician.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a bum call off him.
Yeah, I know.
Don't tell me you bloody forgot. I always well say you can always tell what's actually been a brickie. Because when you're pointing like that, your trowel should always be upside down. And your handle isn't in the way. being as delicate as I can, so I don't want to. So that's set back there, because that's going to get rendered, or redressed, whatever it is. Do that a little bit there. Beautiful. We'll pat that out there a bit. That'll be getting filled in with render. Make sure all pipes in place alright. Get that in there. Thing about lime, you can get it off and not ruin the brickwork like sand and cement. Brilliant. Where the struck pointing. Well, I ain't filmed this, but I've been getting that old, you see that like sandtex type stuff. It was like latex and it was real pliable in the heat. So I found when the sun was on it in the morning I could scrape it off. But I've got majority off. There's still a few little bits on around the window, but when I put angle beads on there and rendered it, and then put the obviously the monocouche on, it'll be fine. That rendered's good stuff. You know, I'd suggest using it on any building material, whatever you want to render onto. Yeah, it was weird because I was using a heat gun, then it was just setting on fire, which sort of shocked me a bit. But yeah, so them little bits you can see, I won't fret about. What I'm going to do after lunch, I'm just going to crack on. Get this wall plastered out there, get the end of the wall done. Not going to do the ceiling yet because we haven't got that done up there, but get on with this wall, that back wall. There's a nice breeze coming through here, so we can do that. Good stuff. So anyway, what I've got here is 10mm stop bead, and that's going to be framing all the edge of the brickwork all the way around. And stick it on with some what we call this stuff, Fix All. I mean, I've used this at the weekend. There you go. It takes a weight of 320 kilos. It does exactly what it says on the tin. I'd never heard of it before, but I read the reviews on Plumfix and I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. Anyway, yeah, it is rock. So I'm going to fix it on with this stuff. Before then, I'm going to put wet rendered over that, and it'll just have a slight stipple finish, similar to what you can see on there. So the render's got something to stick to. Right, you can see I'm sticking these bits on now, so I just mited that a bit. So when I put the horizontal piece on there, it's going to fit in. We've got a slight lip, but that just brings the render past the point of there, which gives it more protection. Same there, same there. Now the bricks aren't all the same all the way down because of the previous render was on there. So we'll do what we can, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the rest stuck on now as we go. Easy as that. Yeah, that stuff's good. Just stick it on, look, it just holds itself there. Brilliant. So I'm just using my multi-tool to cut them, putting a bit of gobble on the back, and then sticking it in place. Easy as that. Right, I've cut the angle beads for the corner. I've had to cut that bit off there. Alright, so it can sit in there. But this return trim here is too thick, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it along there to enable it to sit onto this, what's already been pre-rendered. So usually I'd slot it down the side of the window frame before it gets sealed. I can't do anything with that. So what I'll do is just get that trim back. Having a ball! There you go, trimmed it back. See if I can get this in within 10 seconds. So, forgive the rig. You can see there, it goes around all the corbels. It's lovely around the window. It's bloody hot though, it really is hot. Oh. Next stage, get some pre-rend on, rendered, however you want to call it. So what we've got, the key cut, rendered. Equaliser suction on mixed backgrounds. So there you go. So you can put it basically on any surface to take the monocouche on top. Yeah, I like this stuff. It's quite gritty, and then you can put it on your trowel, and then you can either use a roller just to stipple it, or if it's like little tight places, I sometimes just use a brush, just stipple it, or you could just run a comb to it. I'll decide what I'm going to do later. As you can see here, I've got the Weber rendered on, and what I actually did was combed it with a brush, a large brush. Ignore that bay, that's all coming off, but you can see where the corners are and the bead trim is, all nicely covered, ready for the monocouche. Tom's just started getting the feet on the kitchen ready to install it. I get some screws in the ceiling to repair where it's popped. So you can. Well, I'm taking this boarding off the front of here, and you only just think the rest of the house was done terrible, so this is bound to be. So as we come in, I've got a bit of the cement board off with this sandtex, whatever it is, over the top of it, and I've just pulled the insulation out. Now look at that. No sarking. I'm going to throw that down there for now. No sarking, no vapour barrier on the